Breaking news, Cowboys Nation. CeeDee Lamb is out, and it's sending shockwaves through Dallas. But before you panic, we've got the inside scoop on what this means for the team, who's stepping up, and how this could change everything for the Cowboys season. Plus, you won't believe how fans and players are reacting to this bombshell. Stick around, because we're diving deep into the biggest Cowboys story of the year. This is one video you can't afford to miss. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. CeeDee Lamb, the star wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, is officially out. That's right, you heard it here first. The Cowboys have confirmed this shocking development, and fans are already in an uproar. But don't worry, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this situation. Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Cowboys news. Now, let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about what exactly happened. According to sources close to the team, CeeDee Lamb suffered a significant injury during yesterday's practice. The details are still a bit murky, but we're hearing it could be a high ankle sprain or possibly even worse. Now, I know what you're thinking, but your name, CeeDee seemed fine in his last Instagram post. And you're right, he did. But that post was from 2 days ago, before this practice incident. The Cowboys have been tight-lipped about the exact nature of the injury, which has only fueled speculation among fans and analysts alike. Looking at that clip, you'd never guess that CeeDee was about to face such a setback. It just goes to show how quickly things can change in the NFL. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb has been an absolute powerhouse for Dallas since he was drafted in 2020. Last season, he racked up an impressive 1,359 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. He's been a crucial part of the Cowboys' offensive strategy, and his absence is going to leave a massive hole in their game plan. But it's not just about the numbers. CeeDee's presence on the field creates opportunities for other players. His speed and route running ability often draw double coverage, which opens up space for his teammates. Without him, defenses can focus more on shutting down other key players, like Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. Speaking of Cooper and Gallup, let's talk about how they might step up in CeeDee's absence. Both of these receivers have proven themselves capable of making big plays, but they'll need to elevate their game even further to compensate for the loss of Lamb. Amari Cooper, in particular, will likely see an increase in targets. He's always been a favorite target for quarterback Dak Prescott, and now he'll need to embrace that WR1 role fully. As for Michael Gallup, this could be his chance to prove he deserves a bigger role in the offense. He's shown flashes of brilliance in the past, and now he'll have the opportunity to shine on a more consistent basis. But it's not just about the established stars. This injury to CeeDee Lamb could open up opportunities for some of the younger, less experienced players on the roster. Guys like Simi Fehoko and Noah Brown might see increased playing time. It's a chance for them to step up and make a name for themselves. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What about free agents? Could the Cowboys bring in someone to help fill the void? It's a great question, and one that I'm sure the Cowboys front office is considering right now. There are a few interesting names out there on the free agent market. Golden Tate, for example, is still available and could provide some veteran leadership. Or maybe they'll take a chance on a younger player like Dez Fitzpatrick, who was recently waived by the Titans. But let's be real, Nobody's going to fully replace CeeDee Lamb. His combination of speed, hands, and route running ability is truly special. The Cowboys are going to have to adapt their offensive strategy, not just try to plug in a replacement. Speaking of strategy, let's talk about how this might affect the Cowboys' offensive play calling. Offensive coordinator Kellen Moore is known for his innovative schemes, but he's going to have his work cut out for him now. We might see more emphasis on the running game, with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard getting more touches. Or perhaps we'll see more two tight end sets, utilizing Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin to create mismatches in the passing game. One thing's for sure, Moore is going to have to get creative. The Cowboys can't just run the same plays they've been running and expect the same results without CeeDee Lamb on the field. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. How long is CeeDee Lamb going to be out? Unfortunately, we don't have a clear answer yet. The Cowboys have been frustratingly vague about the timeline for his return. If it is indeed a high ankle sprain, we could be looking at anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. But if it's something more serious, like a fracture or ligament damage, it could be much longer. Some reports are even suggesting it could be a season-ending injury, but let's hope that's not the case. The timing of this injury couldn't be worse for the Cowboys. They're right in the thick of a heated division race in the NFC East, and every game counts. Losing CeeDee for any significant amount of time could seriously jeopardize their playoff hopes. Speaking of the NFC East, let's take a quick look at how this injury might affect the division standings. The Cowboys are currently leading the pack, but the Eagles and Washington are hot on their heels. With CeeDee out, those division games become even more crucial. The Cowboys have a tough stretch coming up, with games against the Eagles and Washington in the next few weeks. Those games were already going to be challenging, but now they've become even more daunting. But it's not all doom and gloom, Cowboys fans. This team has faced adversity before and come out stronger. Remember last year when Dak Prescott went down with that awful ankle injury? Many people wrote off the Cowboys season right then and there. But the team rallied, other players stepped up, and they remained competitive. That's the kind of resilience we need to see now. This is a chance for other players to step up and make a name for themselves. It's an opportunity for the coaching staff to show their adaptability and creativity. And it's a moment for the fans to show their unwavering support for this team. Speaking of fans, let's take a look at how Cowboys Nation is reacting to this news. As you can imagine, social media has been blowing up since the announcement. Some fans are understandably upset and worried about the team's prospects without CeeDee. Others are rallying behind the team, showing their support and confidence in the other players to step up. One fan on Twitter wrote, "This is devastating news, but we're the Dallas Cowboys. We don't make excuses, we make plays. Next man up." That's the kind of attitude we need to see from fans right now. Another fan commented, "Time for Amory and Gallup to remind everyone why they're considered one of the best WR duos in the league." And they're absolutely right. This is a chance for those guys to shine. But it's not just fans who are reacting to this news. Players from around the league have been showing their support for CeeDee Lamb on social media. As always, we'll be covering every angle of this game here on the channel. Make sure to tune in for our pre-game breakdown and post-game analysis. But before we wrap up, I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. How do you think the team will adjust without CeeDee Lamb? Who needs to step up in his absence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Cowboys news and analysis. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.